Hey y'all, Austin here from Radial, and we're here at booth 14602 at the NAMM 2025 show here in sunny Anaheim, California. We got a lot going on over at the booth here, so let's go check it out and let's see how Radial's being true to your music. So over here we have our two new products in the catalog. This is our Highline and Highline stereo. So these are designed to be line isolators designed specifically for use with amp sim boxes on your pedal board. We have both a mono version here as well as a stereo version here. And if you look underneath right here, we also are introducing two new pedal board brackets, the Train Track for the Highline or any sort of ProClass size box, and the Train Track Plus for any Highline stereo or JClass size box. More on that to come soon. Check out our website if you need more info. Over here, we have Musician's Corner, where we have all of our different preamps for the working musician, as well as ABY boxes and any sort of audio solutions that your average musician may need. Over here, we have our Reamp section. Reamp is the brand that we own and we are so proud to provide for all working studio and live musicians. We have our passive Reamp boxes like the Pro RMP, as well as the JCR, and including our little Reamp HP. And we also have more of our active solutions. We have our X-Amp, we have our Ecstasy Stereo and Ecstasy SA, depending on your taste of mono or stereo, as well as our Reamp Station, combination DI box and passive reamper. We also have our lovely JD7, our wonderful combo reamp box and signal distro for guitar signals, and our classic SGI TX and RX, now upgraded with Jensen transformers, as well as 9-volt powering capabilities. Over here, we have our Masterclass Series products. So these are designed for basically the highest in fidelity in order to get the best results as a studio or working musician, studio or live. Here, we have our HDI, which is basically our high definition studio preamp, designed for use with any sort of instrument, whether you want it to be clean as clean can be or dirty as you want. You can get the best of both worlds with the quick turn of a couple dials. Over here, we have our Nuance Select, which is our premium grade studio monitor controller, a THD spec as low as 0.00001% THD. It's designed to sound as though it's not even there and provide sonically clean results for your monitoring chain. Over here, we have all our JClass style boxes. So these are all the DI boxes that you have come to know and love over the years, and most importantly, trusted with your sound. So we have obviously our classic JDI passive direct box, as well as our J48 active direct box, and as well as many of our other favorite DIs that you've come to know and love over the years as well. Our PZDI, our JDX48, our JPC, our J33, our Twin ISO line isolator, as well as our DINet Dan RX2 Dante interface. Over here, we have both our ProClass and StageBug boxes designed for the working musician to provide the best sound quality as well as an economic price point. So over here, we have our industry standard Pro DI and Pro D2, as well as our active companion, the Pro 48, and the multimedia standard, the Pro AV1. Additionally, we have all our StageBugs over here, our classic SB1 active DI, our SB2 passive DI, our SB4 active DI designed for use with passive piezo pickups, and our SB5 designed for use with laptops and multimedia. Overall, if you're looking for something compact, economical, at a great sounding price point, look no further than these. Here we have our studio tools, which are designed to provide rugged solutions for the working engineer and producer. We have our Studio Q, which is an inline talkback system designed for use within Studio Distro. Our mic booster, which is designed for use with dynamic or ribbon microphones that might need a boost going into a mic preamp. Our Gold Digger, which is designed to allow you to switch flawlessly between 4 different microphones between a single XLR output. Here we have our Cube 500 series chassis designed to provide easy and quick interfacing for any 500 series modules you install in it, as well as we have our twin servo Jensen equipped mic preamp, our Ecstasy and X-Amp reamp modules. All compact, super easy, super portable. Lastly, over here we have our Mix 2-to-1, which is designed as a passive summing tool, 2 balanced inputs to 1 single balanced output, as well as our SAT2, which is just a simple stereo attenuator, could be used as a simple monitor controller or just as a quick sort of attenuation device after any sort of stereo line level connection. Let's keep going. So over here we have our Pro instrument switchers, which are designed for the touring tech to provide quick and easy switching solutions. We have our JX44 V2 and our JX42 V2 designed to provide quick and easy amp and guitar switching at a moment's notice, as well as our JR5 remote and our SGI 44 accessories, again, designed for making the most out of these types of rigs. We have our SW4 balanced mic switcher, as well as also our KL8, which is our larger scale keyboard mixer designed for 4 stereo keyboards, quick and easy interfacing, all in one place. Over here we have our Catapults, which are designed to provide an audio solution over simple Cat5 Ethernet cable. Everything is 100% passive, doesn't require power, simply plug and play. Over here we have our standard Catapults, TX4 and RX4 floor boxes, as well as our recently released and Tech Award finalists, the Catapult Rack TX and RX. And then we also have here our little Catapult Mini, which are designed to with terminations on either XLR male, XLR female, or TRS, providing the most rugged and the simplest solutions for getting signals where you need them to go. Over here we have our Radial Power series of surge suppressors. So these are all designed to provide clean power to all your devices while making sure that they're protected from any sort of day-to-day mishaps. Anything from lightning to bad power, these will make sure that your gear stays safe. So we have our Power 1 right here, which is basically 3 outlets on the front, 8 on the back, and a lovely USB here. We have our Power 1 220, which is designed for use with any sort of 220 to 230 and power sources internationally, as well as our Power 2, which is very similar to the Power 1, a North American 120 power, as well as a lovely little pop-out tray that you can choose a wide variety of colors. So over here we have all our Playback products, which are designed for the working playback engineer in mind. Working from left to right, we have our backtrack here, which is designed to essentially switch between 2 stereo line level inputs and basically switch between a common set of either XLR or TRS line outputs. 1-to-1 from input to output, so you get line level connections here. We also have a little headphone amp on the front if you need to do any sort of direct monitoring or queuing up tracks in advance. From here we have our SW8 and SW8 USB. These are designed as 8-channel redundant track switchers. The SW8 is our analog version, so essentially you take the line outputs of 2 audio interfaces from backing track computers, feed them into the SW8, while the SW8 USB has those audio interfaces built in and basically allows you to make direct connections from your 2 computers for backing tracks into the SW8 USB for consistent and reliable switching to make sure that your playback rig stays playing back. Lastly here, we'll just look at our little JR2 remote. This is basically a dual function remote. This can absolutely be used for all of our playback switchers, but it has a wide variety of use with our other products as well. As you can see here, we have a standard little AB select switch and a mute switch, which can actually function in a wide variety of different ways depending on what product you have it plugged into. With the SW8 USB in specific, this functions as an on and off for the standby control, which just allows for playback redundancy protection to be turned off while you're queuing up tracks. Let's move over to the other side. We have all our production essentials. So these are products that you'll see a lot in like pro or live touring or just on any sort of stage out there. So in terms of what we have going on here, we have a couple of our XLR mic switchers. We have our Hotshot 48V and our Hotshot DM1, designed as sister products. The DM1 is designed to basically provide a secondary output to feed maybe like a talkback system to a band. Basically, you press the switch, you pop over to output 2, you let go, it pops over to output 1. Output 1's always active. And here we have our Hotshot 48V. Like I said, sister product. While the Hotshot DM1 is designed for only use with dynamic microphones, the Hotshot 48V can work with either dynamic or condenser mics and provides its own onboard phantom power. Again, very similar design to the DM1, but the cool thing about it, since it's powered, it can basically provide either latching or momentary foot switch capabilities, depending on how you just toggle this little switch back here. Otherwise, powered by just a standard 9-volt power adapter. From here, we got our more digital-oriented DI boxes, our BT Pro V2, designed to take a Bluetooth input from, say, like a phone or a laptop and produce a set of stereo XLR outputs. Can be powered by either 48-volt phantom power or the included USB-C power supply. And then from here, we have our tried and true USB Pro, designed to take the direct USB output of a laptop computer or even a desktop if you're using that, and provide a variable output XLR signal, both left and right channels, and it's bus powered. So you can just plug it into the computer, it'll power on, it'll play, does not need any sort of external drivers. You plug it in, you go, works great. From here, we have our trusty little ice cube. This is a very underrated product in our catalog, I think. It's just a simple one-channel line isolator. So I personally carry these around myself in my own touring gig rack. And helpful if you run into any sort of hum and buzz issues due to any sort of ground loops. You can basically plug this in line. It helps get rid of any of those pesky hum and buzz issues you might run into. Lastly, we have our Pro D8, OX8, and Exopod. So these are more designed for a couple of different applications, honestly. The Pro D8 is designed as an 8-channel passive DI box. So think like our Pro DI or Pro D2. It's basically 8 channels of that, all in a convenient 1RU rack chassis. Our OX8 is designed essentially to be an 8-channel mic splitter, so it's passive transformer based. You can either get it in our Radial Eclipse transformers or our premium Jensen transformers. We've got locking XLR inputs right here, as well as a variety of connectivity on the outputs, and each channel does a 3-way split. Lastly, we have our Exopod, which is essentially designed as a 1 input to 10 output simultaneously splitting press box. So essentially, you can use this in any sort of press briefing, feed an output from any sort of press mixer or a preamp, feed it into the input here of the Exopod and get 10 balanced outputs as well as 4 3.5 millimeter unbalanced outputs for feeding into any sort of camera or live recording rig that you might see at any sort of press briefing. And so last but not least, this isn't necessarily showing a specific product, but it's showing how products can be used. So this is our Reamp Demo, and it's basically designed to demonstrate the fun and tactile nature that reamping can really provide you in terms of actually playing with pedals with pre-recorded material in real time. Overall, very simple. We have a sample pad here that is playing back a bunch of different loops from a bunch of different instruments. You got guitar, bass, drums, piano, synth, vocal. That feeds into our lovely Ecstasy SA right here, which is just one of our active effects pedal reamp boxes, which then feeds into a series of these lovely UFX effects pedals that you are free to play around with and manipulate as you see fit. From there, the output of the Ecstasy SA feeds into our lovely Nuance Select monitor controller, in which you're able to monitor it just using the headphone amps here. Since there's 2 channels, you can have 2 people, you can do a fun little reamp jam sesh, and really help understand what the joy and tactile feeling of reamping can really provide to you in a real creative basis. As you can see here, we have a lot of exciting things happening at the booth this year. So if you're here at 2025, check us out at booth 14602 here in sunny Anaheim, California. Otherwise, if you're watching at home, thanks for checking us out. If you want to see more Radial, check out our channel. Otherwise, you can also like, comment, and subscribe. See you soon.